with that in mind, we're pleased to be joined by telephone by our friend Tim Graham, the Director of Media Analysis at the Media Research Center. Tim, thanks for phoning in to America's Forum today.
Oh, sure.
Now, Tim, you found a lot of spin coming from the dominant media culture. NBC seemed to be a major source of it between or among Tom Brokaw, Matt Lauer, Brian Williams, the rest of the team. What did you find out?
Well, you certainly captured it. I mean, there is this whole notion of, well, this is not an ideological win. And it was too late in the evening to really try to make that case. And by that time, Chuck Todd was looking at Tom Brokaw like he was crazy. Obviously, when you gain this much in the Senate, it was clearly a mandate of sorts, certainly a mandate against the way Obama's been governing. But the way the liberal media sees it, it's, well, we have to see if you guys can govern. They somehow think that when you oppose Obama, you're not governing. This is when Matt Lauer interviews Chris Christie, and he says, opposing Obama is not a policy. This is their mentality of, you either support Obama or you're not governing. You're either with Obama or you're not making policy. And that's the kind of liberal bias we've come to expect.
Tim, Yahoo News had an article the morning after the elections titled How Hillary Clinton Won the 2014 Midterms. Would you like to tell us what that article said?
Basically, they were trying to make the argument that because now we're going to have this conservative Senate, and the way that the Senate races in 2016, there are a lot more Republicans on the line in more Democratic states, that this now sets the stage for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Obviously, the counterpoint to that is that when Republicans can win the governor's race in Massachusetts and in Maine and in Maryland and in Illinois, this is a problem for the idea that the Democrats are going to easily win these blue states. They're just not willing to accept the counter-argument. They have to, on a day like this, when it's really obvious the Democrats have been thumped, try to say, oh, this really makes the way for Hillary.
And I guess the denial of the alphabet networks continued. On ABC News, the focus remained on the so-called war on women storyline. What angle did they take there?
They still want to suggest that this is going to damage the Republicans. And ABC was on this whole notion. They still have a very damaged brand. Well, this is where you'd say, what is ABC's objective as a news network? I would posit to you, it is to damage the Republican brand. That's what they're in the business of doing. That is, when they're actually covering news instead of saying, we've got some funny YouTube video of an alligator and a puppy.
Tim, 20 seconds left. I want to ask you, are there any other storylines, that Newsbusters caught that we didn't cover?
Well, sure. We were loading it up all the time. I mean, I think it's just this whole idea of denying the reality of the victory and that it means anything bad for Obama or for liberalism.
So I guess the lesson of this, Tim, is you spell ABCDEM for Dems. So it would seem. Tim Graham. Hey, that's not bad. You can use that, okay?
All right.
All right, it's not copyrighted. Tim Graham of Newsbusters Media Research Center, thanks so much for your time and some interesting examples of coverage on election night. Our coverage continues of what's going on now on America's Forum. Please stay with us.